All right. I'm here. I have a working microphone, I think, and double checking that right now. I would like to thank my friend Brooke for telling me that my microphone is muted. I have a meeting right before this on Tuesday mornings, and I normally just let people use my microphone, and I replugged it back in, and apparently there's a little mute button, and I hit it as I was plugging it in. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me while I reconnected. So immediately after last week's broadcast, do you know like when you have an argument with somebody or something and the next day you think about the perfect thing you would have said to them? Well, I basically had that, but in a positive way last week about TikTok. What I realized was I was like, oh, I didn't tell them about this and I didn't tell them about that. Now, I'm really glad the video last week didn't go on any longer. I'm sure you are too. And so what I thought I would do is just do a part 2 this week, in particular talking about monetization of TikTok. And so like whether you're a content creator and want to just kind of make money off your cool videos about, lifestyle stuff, or whether you're a business and you're trying to maybe drive traffic to your website and do other businessy things on TikTok. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be using some TikTok jargon that I sort of established last week. So if you didn't see last week's broadcast, feel free, wherever you're watching this now, whether you're watching it on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, you can just go back and watch last week's video, and it'll give you kind of some of the vocabulary of what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen a little bit, but I'm also going to just kind of talk about some just general concepts because I think that that's really helpful. If you're watching this for the first time, welcome. My name's Nicole, and I have a marketing company that's been in operation for 13 years, if you can believe it. I haven't had a lot of real jobs, but I've had this job for a while. And basically, I help businesses and nonprofits do more online. So you can learn more at my website and things like that. And if you have topics you want me to address in these videos, I'm happy to do it. I go live every week at 9:15 usually, when my microphone's on Eastern Standard Time. So 9:15 Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. So if you want to ever attend that, you can just kind of put that on your calendar, and it's around that time. So this is a little later because I'm restarting, because sometimes you just got to start over. So let's talk about TikTok, just general stuff. So the first thing is that TikTok has regular personal accounts, and then you have what are called pro accounts. If you've ever used Instagram, you probably have noticed in your profile settings, you can switch between like a business and a personal kind of Instagram account, and it's very similar to TikTok. So any account on TikTok can be made into a pro account. It's just, you just go into your settings and you click like switch to pro account. And in terms of what you get from switching to a pro account, it seems like just like switching to a pro account on Instagram, it's mostly pros, which is that you can see more deep analytics data about your videos. So you can see like monthly views on your videos. You can see trending videos, and you can see changes in things like your follower count, which gives you obviously information that will make your videos better because you know what's doing well and what isn't. There are other people who are like, oh, well, sort of business accounts or like pro accounts are not as seen as the personal accounts. But, by the way, I have resources here that I will link to as part of this. Broadcast. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you just come back to this video after the live broadcast, you'll look underneath the video description and you'll see like links and some further information. So any account can be a pro account. You don't have to hit any kinds of numbers to be able to do that. You can literally turn that on right now. So that is definitely a possibility. Now, the next kind of step in sort of TikTok fame is getting your first 1,000 followers. So that's like your first sort of milestone thing. And when you hit that first milestone of having 1,000 followers, you can go live on the platform. Now, if you've had TikTok on your phone for any length of time and haven't adjusted your notification settings, you'll notice that TikTok lets you know anytime someone you follow goes live. And since I follow like 600 people, I just had to turn that off because it was a ridiculous amount of notifications, and it was just like interfering with my life. So TikTok seems to be really prioritizing people going live. If you've ever attended someone's Instagram live or something like that, it's very similar, where the person is on video and you see, as somebody who's attending the live, you see people joining and you can like leave comments. Now, obviously, if there's like a lot of comments going on, it's kind of a flurry of activity, but the idea is that the creator can be live and you can ask them questions, things like that. So going live on the platform is something that most people want to do if they want to just kind of be on TikTok in a real way. So your first 1,000 followers will get you to this very first TikTok milestone. The second milestone is kind of like the last milestone. And, obviously the more followers you have, the more options you have. But like this second thing is the thing that kind of opens most of the doors to you, which is reaching 10,000 followers and having at least 10,000 video views in 30 days. So, could someone just go and buy 10,000 followers on some dark part of the internet? I'm sure. But you also have to have engagement. You also have to have, people actually watching the videos. So not just like people who follow you, but people who actually like watch your videos. So, and once you hit this milestone, you can join what's called the TikTok Creator Fund. So the TikTok Creator Fund, basically it's a lot like if, people who monetize videos on YouTube or something like that, is basically you have, the ability to make money off of your content. And how TikTok distributes that seems a little vague. I'll be honest with you. I'm not, full disclosure, not a creator. I think I have 37 followers on TikTok. Like I'm pretty new to this and none of my first videos went viral. So I'm kind of slowly growing and that's totally fine with me. But the thing with the Creator Fund is that, it seems to be about, kind of how engaging your videos are and as well as the kind of people who engage with your videos. So obviously certain kinds of people have more purchasing power. And their views might be worth a little more than mine. And I think that they probably have a way to figure out, probably within some reasonable amount of certainty, how much money people make and things like that and what people's general lifestyle is. So the Creator Fund is, if you're a content creator and you want to make money creating content, obviously that's a milestone you want to reach. Now, once you're a creator, a couple of other things are possible as well. So you'll notice that some of these people have these like interesting things on their profile that like you don't have. And so you're thinking like, well, how did they get that? And so one of them, and I noticed it the other day, and I was like, this Q&A feature. And I was like, what is this? Like, and so then I looked into it and I said, oh, okay, you have to be a creator to have it. So I'll just make this big and zoom in. So if you go on someone's TikTok profile, and like I said, if you are watching this and are like, where is she getting all this information? I have links to all these sources in my show notes, which, you'll have after the broadcast. I was still working on them right up until I went live here. So this little Q&A button allows you to ask questions to your, to creator, to someone who has at least 10,000 followers and 10,000 video views in the last 30 days. So, so this is the Q&A feature. And the other thing that you can do is you can actually raise money for certain nonprofits if you're a creator. So let's say that you were like, oh, I have enough money. Like I'm a celebrity, I'm a celebrity and I have enough money. TikTok has these nonprofits they've vetted. They tend to be bigger nonprofits, obviously. That's probably what they're starting with. So let's say that I wanted to take my ad revenue and say, listen, I want to, so I can actually pick a nonprofit to benefit through the Creator Fund. And like I said, currently it's mostly larger nonprofits or, international-ish nonprofits. So if you're a smaller nonprofit, I'm sure that they're going to come up with a way for nonprofits to be able to kind of submit themselves for verification. Right now, it just seems to be sort of something that they're trying out. But there is that possibility when you're a creator. And like I said, once you're a creator, you've kind of like, it just kind of goes up from there. Obviously, as you have more followers, you can do things like brand deals and other things that influencers do in terms of having access to more money. But the point being, like once you've reached that creator status, it seems like all the doors are sort of unlocked for you. Now, the final kind of thing that only some people get, and something you probably noticed if you're on Twitter or Instagram, is like the famous people have a little blue check mark next to their name and it says verified. So you can actually get your account verified on TikTok as well. But they have to like really see that you're consistently going viral, you're gaining followers all the time, and that's when they'll do that. You cannot, unlike some other platforms, you can't buy your way to that blue check mark. So if you see someone with a blue check mark, it's just a way to sort of verify that that person owns the account. So an example of someone, for example, I see sort of benefiting from having a blue check mark is AOC. So obviously, you know, millennial lawmaker who's doing some really cool stuff, I think, but she's going to obviously have a lot of fan accounts on the platform, but they're not run by her. They're just run by people who are sharing her stuff. So she gets her account verified. And then when she shares something, you know, it's her and not somebody speaking on her behalf. So as a celebrity, obviously that becomes more of a problem than if you're a regular person. I don't think there's a lot of people out there trying to impersonate me. So yeah, account verification is also a thing, but it seems to be something that you have to have like either a large amount of views or a large amount of like increasing followers consistently to be able to get verified there. So yeah, so just, you can have that dream, but it just might not happen for you. Now, in terms of the videos that I've seen that seem to do well on TikTok is videos with captions. So they have captions overlaid on them. Now, I think this is a large part an accessibility thing because, you know, yeah, we should be making stuff more accessible. Now, TikTok is not known for that. So, and there's no way to do these as in an automated way. Like on YouTube, for example, it will take what I'm saying and it'll turn it into automated captions. Now, will it take Nicole Willette and turn it into Nicolette sometimes and do other weird things? Yes. But there's no automated way to do it on TikTok. So what you can do as the person who is like uploading the videos is you can use some kind of captioning tool. So for example, iPhones have Captions for TikTok, which is an app that you can put on your phone. And there's nothing for Android that I can find. But I've also seen people just putting overlays of text of what they said onto their video, which I think is really cool. Now, I think TikTok is eventually going to come up with something like this within the app because it seems to be something people want and need. So, but if you see people do that, and I notice a lot of sort of more viral videos do have captioning on them because then more people obviously can consume that content. So, so yeah, that's, and this is about the point I got to where I restarted this broadcast. The other thing about TikTok, which is a lot like Instagram, is there is no links in the captions of your videos. Like you can't put a clickable link within the caption of a video that you upload. So there is only one place to put a link, and it is your profile link. So, you know, if you go to the creator's profile. So what a lot of people do is they've set up what are called, 1 second. Yeah. Yes, this is the thing I meant to say. So they have what are called LinkTrees. I'm sure you've seen something like this. Let me just show you a picture of one. And there we go. Or several. Once you see this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So basically what people do is they make a little link and then you click on it and then you see like a series of buttons that go to certain things. So this person's a recipe person. You can also use it to obviously get people to certain parts of your website, maybe place an order or check out, you know, a membership offer or things like that. And the thing is, you can build these in a third-party tool like LinkTree, or if you have your own website, you can also just make a page, you know, on your website that looks like that just is a series of buttons and link to it. So you can make a sort of mobile-only page that wasn't necessarily accessible from your menu. And when people clicked on it, they would be taken to a page. So there's no reason, like you don't need to use a third-party thing like LinkTree to build this. You could use your own website platform and just put buttons on a particular page and have everything linked that way. And then you can make it look exactly how you want. I don't know what the limitations are with LinkTree in terms of how many links you get, or, you know, like, oh, you can't link to certain kinds of things. But if it's on your own website, you're not restricted by those measures. So what most people do is they make something like that. And the idea with that is, like, let's say that I was trying to get people to sign a petition, or I was, you know, maybe I was affiliate, or I was doing some sponsored posts for certain companies. This would allow me to get people two different things on the internet that I was referring to in my videos. So just know that that's an option, and that's something that a lot of people do. Now, obviously TikTok wants authentic videos. They want they want authentic interaction. They don't want, you to buy followers and things like that, just like any other social media platform. But also, anecdotally and otherwise, TikTok seems to deprioritize videos that have interactive features turned off. So every time that I upload a video, I have the option, I can turn off comments, I can turn off the duet feature, I can turn off the stitch feature, I can turn off the save video feature. So I can pick all of those options for each individual video I upload. Now, obviously I can have like standard settings that I use for most things, and just, but TikTok wants engagement. And so if you turn all those features off and just upload stuff and don't want anyone to interact with it, it's not really going to work super, super well for you. Now, something I've increasingly noticed with TikTok, even in the last week since I made this video, is the number of ads seem to be increasing. And if you've ever used Google AdWords, or if you use Facebook Business Manager, ads.tiktok.com is a place where basically you have a business portal that you can run ads, you can set up remarketing pixels, all the things that you can do pretty much in Google and Facebook advertising areas, you can do on TikTok as well. And you can take out specific TikTok ads. And I wanted to, I pulled a few I just wanted to show you what an ad looked like, because I was like, I think I'd saved a few ads, but sometimes it's just easier to just show what it looks like in a still image. So basically you're watching these ads, and it's kind of the only ads I've really noticed are these, which is apparently the only kind of ads you can bid on, are the ads that are in feed. So if I'm watching a series of videos, then I'll see like an ad pop up. And like I said, you can it's a bid-based system, just like Google or like Facebook. Obviously, if someone's willing to pay more for an ad, their ads are going to get shown above yours, which totally makes sense. So it looks like that there's other kinds of ads as well. Again, I'll link to everything I'm talking about in the show notes here. But point being is that you can actually take out targeted ads to specific audiences. You can drive traffic to your website and measure that traffic and remarket to that traffic. All the stuff you can do on Facebook and Google ad platforms, you can also seemingly do on TikTok, which makes sense because that's how they're going to sustain themselves, is through advertising. As they say, if you're not paying anything, you're the product. So as long as we all understand that going in, I think it's good to know. Now, the other thing that you probably have heard about, unless if you're a giant nerd like me, you might have heard about this, is that Instagram is kind of penalizing people who just upload their TikToks to Instagram. So something that I can do on TikTok, one of the options I have is save video. So I can just save my video to my device, and there's nothing to stop me from re-uploading it somewhere else. But what it does is when I download it from TikTok, it adds the little TikTok icon in my username, almost like a watermark to the video. And so Instagram obviously is trying to do this Reels thing, and they're kind of trying to copy what TikTok is doing. And so there's been some kind of resistance there. Now, there are people who come up with some really interesting ways to sort of circumnavigate this. That said, kind of what you could do, especially if you're doing a lot of your video editing and setup, like in something like InShot or some other video editing app, is there's no reason you could just make a version and upload it to Instagram, make a version and upload it to TikTok. The one thing that TikTok obviously offers is this idea of adding like a background sound or a background music. And what can happen in particular on YouTube is like there can be a copyright claim. So like, let's say I played a clip and there was some music in it. I'm not on TikTok anymore. I've taken that and I brought it somewhere else. So while I have permission to use that little snippet of music in my video on the TikTok platform, I haven't necessarily had the permission to take it and bring it somewhere else. So if you are going to show TikTok stuff, you might want to pay attention to things like, potential music copyright issues. I've seen creators get flagged for that. And so what a lot of kind of reactionary YouTube channels do if they're talking about TikTok is they overplay some royalty-free music. So they'll show the video and they'll play the royalty-free music over and they'll just say what's going on. Now, obviously, if there's captions on the video, I can still see what that person is trying to say. But yeah, so if you're just going to like make TikToks and just put them on Instagram, there might be a different method you want to use to make sure that they're actually seen on Instagram. It seems like Instagram is not necessarily not showing the videos, but it's not going to promote them, if that makes sense. So it's not like they're going to, so penalize might not be the right word. It's not that they're going to like shadow ban you or whatever. It's that they're just not going to like actively help you out with them either, even though they are video content, even though Instagram wants you to use Reels and wants you to use those kind of short form video content. So apparently that is everything I wanted to say about TikTok. And I'm going to just kind of pause here for a second and check the comments and just make sure that there is no questions or anything like that. But basically I see TikTok as like kind of what, every social media site starts as, which is just like organic content, connecting with really random people that you might not have connected with otherwise. And, eventually, obviously, it's going to monetize itself and it's going to be, I've got someone at my co-working space door. So I guess I'm going to end the broadcast now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And if you have any topics you want me to cover, feel free to post them as a comment, or you can message me as well. All right, thanks. Have a good day.